right? So this is the case of karate gone wrong. All right, so Mr. Scott, I read your case, going over your complaint. Why are we here?
Well, I've been being bullied, and prior to taking Mr. Wells' karate class, my girlfriend was my bodyguard, to and from work, because I've had my wallet stolen like 6 or 7 times and things like that. She got tired of protecting me. She's from South Side of Chicago. I'm from Greensboro, North Carolina. So I decided to take a karate class, to kind of man up, But I still, everything Mr. Wells taught me, every time I get into a scuffle with somebody and he tried to take my wallet or got my car jacked or whatever, none of the stuff that he showed me works. So, I want my money back.
Wait a minute, Mr. Scott. Hold on. So you're telling, how old are you, Mr. Scott?
I'm 48.
You're 48 and you're being bullied?
Yeah, so I work in the inner city as a school teacher. But the way I get to work, I get off the bus and I got to walk a little ways, and that little area is a little, precarious and whatnot. So coming to and from the bus, I have difficulties with the fellas that are out there on the corner, and, one thing leads to another. I'm kind of tired of running.
So you decided to take up karate from Mr. Wells. You sought out Mr. Wells and signed up for his karate classes.
Yes.
I take it you didn't know Mr. Wells before this. How much was his classes?
$50 a session.
You at $50 a session, and according to your complaint, you signed up for 6 sessions, correct?
Yes.
And you so far you've paid him for 3 sessions, which is $150, correct?
Correct.
Okay, hold on a second. So, Mr. Wells.
Yes, Your Honor.
I see you have a countersuit, but before we get there, let me hear your side of the story. Tell me what happened.
Okay, so what happened was he came in, he was supposed to take 6 classes, and I was going to show him the way of the fist.
Right.
But he came he came in my dojo, he was already out of breath.
I see you have a countersuit for $150. Tell me what happened.
Your Honor, he only paid me for 3 classes. He's supposed to pay me for 6 classes. So I'm asking for my additional countersuit because he never finished the class.
And are you saying that because he didn't finish the classes, that's the reason why the karate didn't work?
No, hold on, Your Honor. All my stuff works. I showed him Drunken Monkey. I showed him the way of the fist. I showed him fighting cow style.
How long have you been practicing karate, Mr. Wells?
I've been practicing over 20-something years, Your Honor. And believe me, the crane style works.
Okay, so Mr. Scott.
Yes.
Is there a reason why you didn't continue with the lessons?
Well, I explained to Sensei Wells my situation. I told him I just needed to get from the bus stop to the school. That's maybe 100 yards. What he showed me, he said it was going to work. But I was always out of breath by the time I ran that 100 yards because part of it's uphill. By the time I get to the front door, I'm sweaty, so I got to change out of my shirt. Then I have to grab a staff shirt, which doesn't really fit.
Okay. What type of training? I'm completely confused. What type of training did Mr. Wells teach you within those 3 classes?
Well, he showed me some basic defense mechanisms, but I don't know if you can really see, but it didn't really work. My jaw's kind of swollen, and I got an ice pack on my head.
Yeah, but according to his complaint, he said you only wanted to learn how to kick.
Well, I already know how to kick, but because I used to play soccer, but I just need to work on my hands. Like the blocking part.
That's
protecting my face. Sensei Wells, that whole jumping ropes on the steps thing that you suggested, it really didn't work because I kept falling and stuff, and I'm not sure how was that supposed to help me in fighting. I mean, couldn't I just walk up the steps and down the steps?
Mr. Wells.
Yes, Your Honor.
At any point did you tell Mr. Scott that the karate was supposed to work immediately, or was it like 1 or 2 classes, then he'd be better, or he needed all 6?
Your Honor, when you come to the dojo, we always do 101. As you can see, by listening to him, he's already out of breath. He can't really talk. That's how he came to me. So I wanted to work on his inner being. So he would be able to run fast, hit fast, kick fast, and chop fast. I tried to let him know we could do everything fast. But no, when he's running, he's like, you know, he's already out of breath. I can't do nothing because he got caught. But if you get caught, I told him, if you ever get caught, smack your way out.
Okay, all right. So, wow, this is a tough one. So, Mr. Scott, Mr. Wells is also stating that you have a belt of his that.
Let me explain.
He says hold on. He says he's suing you for a belt. He said he's giving you a dojo belt, and you haven't returned it.
Well, yeah, it's a white belt with only like one stripe. I was
okay.
Another stripe.
He still would like his belt. Would you like to keep the belt, Mr. Scott?
Yeah, because I could use it to bandage myself because I keep getting beat up.
He does not deserve the belt. Master Wu gave me that belt.
Mr. Wells, does it look like you're losing right now?
No, Your Honor.
All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and make my ruling, Mr. Scott. You signed up initially for 6 classes at $50 a class. You've only completed 3 classes. You paid $150 to Mr. Wells thus far.
Your Honor, not to mention, I kind of have to work virtually now because I can't really afford to get beat up going to and from work. So I have to work from home.
I understand that, Mr. Scott. I'm sorry to hear that. But at the end of the day, you did sign up for 6 classes. You've only paid for 3. As far as your complaint, I'm gonna dismiss your claim because you owe Mr. Wells a difference of $150 for the 3 classes that you had him calendar that you didn't show up for.
Do you have a payment plan?
No, Mr. Scott, you owe him $150 and you owe him for the belt. If you would like to keep the belt, you owe him for the belt. If you have the belt with you now, you can turn the belt over to the bailiff. The bailiff can give it to Mr. Wells. Do you have the belt?
I mean, I have my belt.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to grant Mr. Wells the $150 for the remainder of the classes, and I'm going to grant him another $100 for the belt. Mr. Wells.
Well, I don't get paid till next Friday.
Okay, Mr. Scott. We'll work that out. We'll work that out with the clerk. Okay, Mr. Scott. Okay. I really hope that you can find yourself some sort of defense. Take some classes, maybe. I just don't know. I don't know what to say.
I mean, I have my girlfriend, but she has to work on those days.
Mr. Scott, that's Mr. Scott. You know what? This is a rough one. I don't know what to say. I've never seen nothing like it before, but maybe you should just stay home.
I mean, I guess I'm gonna have to.
So, case adjourned. Rule in favor of Mr. Wells, $250.
Sensei Wells, I'm still trying to understand why you had me jumping rope on the steps. I really didn't understand that part.
Listen, what my master taught me, I taught it to you, Master Wu. You use your agility from the rope to the feathers.
To the feathers.
Remember the feathers?
I remember the feathers.
You go from the rope to the feathers to the tiger. Remember?
Rope, feathers.
Scratch your way out. Remember, scratch your way out?
Scratch your way out. Got you.
Yeah.
Do you have a dispute and would like to settle it before our forum? If so, contact us at info@basicallyctv.com. Basically Court TV, where the disputes are somewhat real and everyday disagreements are handled however the judge sees fit.